I'm here with Mark Nelson of Rio Grande, and we're talking about going a little bit greener, a little bit more organic, using some different materials, natural materials. And you have a really great project for us.
We do. It's an anchor link necklace, and we're incorporating some Greek leather cord and some natural turquoise and red bamboo coral.
Yeah, it's all natural.
Yes.
It's great. So let's get started with the project. Now, I love that you're using leather.
Yes. Leather's very nice. When you get it in a coil like this, one thing you can do is you can warm it up in your hands a little bit, kind of straighten it out, stretch it a little bit.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more manageable. This
necklace,
this necklace uses two 15-inch lengths. So I'm going to measure it out real quick. There. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half.
Oh, okay.
And each side has a doubled up side, such as that. Okay. And this is ready. And it also incorporates a couple little clusters with the turquoise beads and the red coral. And to do that, we just take some head pins and slip it through coral, like that. And we take our round nose pliers, about that far.
So you're just making a loop?
Just making a loop. Pretty tight little loop.
Yeah.
And a couple of turns around here, and then we're going to clip off the remainder.
Okay.
As close as we can. We don't want it to be pokey at all.
So you want it to be a pretty tight loop.
A friend of mine, I work with, Yvonne Padilla, she taught me a trick with using the crimping pliers. If you have a little point that's sticking out, you can take your crimping pliers and just kind of squish it in, and it evens it all up.
That's a great tip. I like learning new things.
So there's one. And we're going to do the same with the turquoise. I like the turquoise because it's all different.
It is, because you have that natural matrix in it. So
and they're not all the same.
Every single one's different. I like working with the green turquoise, too, as opposed to the blue turquoise.
Right.
So it's a different color scheme with it. That's pretty. So you're making a loop on that one as well?
Yeah, just the same way.
Perfect. Those colors look nice together, too.
They do. And a little excess here, just knock that off.
Okay.
Use my little trick here.
And
that kind of squishes it all and makes it nice.
Good.
And each cluster is a combination of, let's see, 3 and 3 is 6 red ones and one green one.
Okay.
One turquoise. And I'm using a twisted rope jump ring, and they're very tiny.
So they just stay on pretty well onto the jump rings?
They do. The twisted rope kind of hangs onto them.
Oh, okay.
And they'll just slip right on there.
Yeah. Adds a little bit of texture, too, to the design, because you have the twisted rope.
I have to open this one up just a little bit.
Yeah. You could just score that with your round nose. Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
that's nice to know that if you do make your loop a little tighter, you can just kind of open it up a little bit.
Your round nose and open that up. And what you're going to do is you're going to use this as an example.
Okay.
We're going to start with a bar.
Okay.
Just put that on there.
It's kind of the connector.
It's a kind of a long crimp. And that'll keep everything tied together. You want to make sure your ends are even.
Okay.
There we go.
So they should be even, completely even across.
Even across.
Okay.
And about an inch from the end.
Okay.
And these are nice because there's a little seam in the back. So you want to make sure they're in the back. And you just kind of fold it over, get them started. And just fold it in. And then you can come in with these chain nose and kind of just squeeze the middle.
Yeah.
And that'll keep everything tight.
Perfect. Okay. We're moving right along.
And the rest is just slipping these on and doing the same thing.
So you're just slipping on the little clusters that you made, and then slipping on...
Little decorative elements. That could be these little spacers.
And I noticed that you just added that spacer onto just one.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them you do one or the other, and then together sometimes.
Just depends on your
few.
design.
Mm-hmm.
I like it all on the bottom.
Right.
So when it lays, it'll kind of lay nicely.
So the cluster is just on the bottom, and then most
Right.
of the spacers on the top.
Right.
Perfect. And now how do you clasp it together at the end?
Clasp it together at the end. You're going to load all the components on. And the very last thing you're doing, this is really easy. It's a little clasp, and it's a crimp clasp, and you just shove them in there.
I like that that's a different way of working with leather, you know, as opposed to some people tie it or do different things to it.
Yeah, it's the crimp clasp are very easy, very clean. There's no glue.
And then you just crimp it.
Needle nose, and you're done. And it's going to hold too.
Oh, that's great.
So.
That's perfect. And so then you just combine the two pieces together.
You're going to take the links. And here again we have some rope and some plain jump rings.
Right.
And you know about opening jump rings, you always twist. And it works the same. Works easier with two pliers.
Yeah. And then that, of course, attaches on to the hook on the other side of it.
This will actually
clasp.
attach to that link, and then this will attach to the other half.
Oh, that's perfect. So there it is. You just link it together in the middle. And then actually, let's take a look at the final project so you can see what we're talking about, how it links together in the center. And then in the back, we have that clasp that Mark was just showing us how to use. That's perfect. And nice and natural.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mark.
Thank you.
We're going to be going on to location next, coming up.